Hello grade 10s. Today I'm looking at page 46, task number 7. They've asked to draw to a scale of 1 to 1 the given views of an internal screw thread. Remember, how can we tell it's an internal screw thread? Well, when it's an internal thread, you can only see the thread in one of the views. So there in the top view you can see it. Here they've given you a section, remember, because there's hatching on AA. The important thing to remember about hatching for an internal thread is that because the thread is part of this object, the hatching goes into that thread space. This wouldn't be the same if there was a external thread, so a bolt or something that was fitted in there. You wouldn't have hatching going into that space. Also, let's remember that the external thread, we've got the broken circle on the outside. It's a slightly thinner and therefore a lighter line than the internal line, which is or the internal circle, which is dark. So let me start by drawing the rectangle, finding the center, and then drawing the circles. There I have my outline for my rectangle, and here is my center. 25, the center of the length of 35, and there's my center point where I'm going to draw my circles. Remember, they've given you an M20, so the biggest circle must be a diameter of 20. Please remember to use your circle stencil if you've got it. Line up your center lines and draw your diameter of 20. Set my compass to my radius of 10. Now remember, this outside one is slightly lighter and is a broken circle. The inside one is the dark one. Remember, that measurement is 0.1 times the 20. Okay, 0.1 times 20. Remember, I'll just move the decimal place. So I've measured my distance in here of 2 millimeters for the radius, not the diameter. 2 millimeters on the radius. So I'm drawing a dark circle. The radius is 8 and the diameter is 16 because we've taken off 2 millimeters on both sides. And then put in your center line and your cutting plane. So there I have my center lines drawn in with my cutting plane. At the end of the cutting plane, remember to darken or thicken that line a little bit. Then have the arrow with the AA label. I'm now going to project down into my top view. There I have projected my lines. So there's the outside edge. I've projected the edge of where the thread is. Sorry, that's the M value, and then the sort of thread side. Now, at the bottom of the shape, what we need to know is that this shape would have been made by a drill bit, and hence that is why this is at a 30-degree angle at the end of the shape. So with your 30-degree set square, you've got to draw this line. There's that side. Now this inside line is the dark line. So I'm going to go over this, get my dark line so that you can see the difference here. Remember, you've got a pencil, so just make sure you're pressing hard with your pencil to make that your dark line. Now the thread line is a lighter line. Okay, so and our thread came up to this point here. This was the height of 50. So hopefully you've got a lighter thread line and then this dark on the inside. Again, if you check, that little chamfer at the end there is at 60 degrees. So where that touches the end there, there's my 60 degrees chamfer. Flip this around, 60 degree chamfer on the other side. And this is where the end of the thread part is. So darken that line. And now we need to just fill in the hatching after that. And put in our center line. There you have the completed view of this internal thread. My cutting plane, the hatching that goes into where the internal thread is. And let's label that